Welcome to the Shortwave Radio channel, and it is interesting to see all the comments. Every time I go through the comments and see how people react to some of my reviews or some of the radios, and obviously there's all sorts of people out there. There's China bashers that just don't like me talking about Chinese radios. Well, I better get used to it because it's all made there, and that's not going to change. So, if you don't like it, keep your old radios from, 1990, and they still work fine anyways, and they'll do the job. Then there's the offended people because I did talk bad about a radio that they have and they love, and there's this opinion of how some manufacturers are higher quality than others, and it's something like that is just they just can't get out of. One that I have very often is about St. Gian. Oh, well, St. Gian, the best. Well, I beg to differ, and I'm going to tell you that the Texans are amazing, especially the Iron Hand ones. And I do not believe in Texans being inferior in any way for the radios. And the thing is, and I think that's where it needs to be, is my opinion is based on actual use, hours of use, personal experience, features, price paid, because that's important. Price paid is an important factor in what I'm going to talk about a radio. Better be perfect if it costs $500. I can tell you that. Better be, I'll forgive easily flaws on a $50 radio. I won't forgive flaws or bad designs on a $300-$400 radio. And that's why some radios aren't on the top of the list for me. Like I said, the one that has the most controversy of all of my comments is the St. Gian ATS 909X2. I don't know how many people aren't happy because I said something bad about St. Gian. You can't say something bad about St. Gian, apparently. I'll say something bad about any company. If Texan brings up a $400 radio that's a piece of junk, you will have a review of a $400 piece of junk. And I actually expose the flaws of every radio. I tell all the positive points, the negative points, and that's it. I do not favor one. The reason I talk more about Texan is because they make so many radios that's you get more Texans on the radio market than almost anything else. It's just a numbers game, the number of radios available. Each radio is of its own. It has its own personality. It has its flaws. No radio is perfect. Each radio has its flaws, has its good points. And, when you see reviews, I've read tons of reviews over the years of radios I've owned that weren't really putting them in a very good, in a good light. And I didn't get offended because Passport said my radio was average rather than good. We got to stop being sensitive about that. And you got to just understand that the flaws that I actually put forward are the flaws that I discovered and I've seen. And I give my opinion based on that. And that opinion, in return, for you, if you live in a specific environment, if you are searching for a radio, will have a way to get a guided, review and a guided look at what's out there, and then choose the one you prefer. And that's it. And we got to stop being sensitive. That's very important because I'm tired of seeing these types of comments. Just enjoy what you have. Be happy with what you have. That's all. I got a few comments of the St. Gian ATS 909X2. And, I got a few comments that are very, they kind of just tell me, yeah, I understand what you say. I agree with what you say. I still love my 909X2. Yes, there's a lot to love of the 909X2 also. Absolutely. And if you have one and you're happy and you love it and you tune the bands with it, cool. Cool, you know. And there's of course the comments of, well, you know, obviously you don't know what you're talking about, or you didn't use it, or do you really own one? Yeah. We got to stop thinking of a brand as being the brand. It doesn't work like that anymore. Today, you've got radios, you've got a choice of radios, and some are good, some are bad. We just got to go through all of that and check out which ones are the best. And St. Gian 909X2, like I said, has its flaws for the price. It doesn't make the top list for me, but it's not a bad radio. I will repeat it so many times. I said it, it's not a bad radio. I tune it regularly. It receives and all of that. It just has flaws that for the price should not be there. That's all. But for the rest, the most important thing is just be happy with what you have. You listen to shortwave with whatever you have and you're happy tuning the bands with it. You don't have to, you know, go crazy because some guy in Canada says that, well, there are some flaws on this radio that I don't like, and that's it. That's what I have to say. And, you know, some people buy radios because of what I have to say. Well, I see it as it is. And I know a lot of people find that more important than, you know, sugarcoating a bad radio or sugarcoating a radio that's cost more and that doesn't deliver exactly what you would expect it to. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.